welcome to Bloomberg Quint. We are here to wrap the markets for you. Today's day clearly belonged to the bulls. You had the Nifty and the Sensex, both of them nearing a 2-month high, covering up for most of the losses that these indices had seen post the demonetization announcement. So you had the Nifty rallying past 8250, taking about 1% gains for the session. But having said that, the skepticism over banks also seemed to have reduced.
Yes, I would say a lot of these worries have faded away because we had seen some short build up in the Nifty bank, and that also brings me to the poll of the day. We had asked the question that considering its weekly options expiry, where are we expecting the Nifty bank to close? And well, it has closed well over 18,100, currently standing at 18,144. The options worth about 18,100, and we have 36%. This is also where we have the majority of the pollies deciding and choosing 18,100. Next up we have around 18,000. That's where we had 3,200. Moving on, as far as the way the bank Nifty is moving, we have seen strength. This, I'm assuming, is good news because we've also seen turnovers pick up substantially. That's
correct, Tagam. So in the cash market, we had turnovers of about 19,000 crores, and in the derivatives markets, we saw a turnover of 5.1 lakh crores. So the volumes clearly have picked up after that holiday-led lull. But with the strength that we've seen in the indices, I'm assuming it is safe to believe that there would have been more long positions that were added today.
Yes, we've just seen a 1% up move on the Nifty, but what is really surprising is the 15% addition in its futures open interest. This means clearly the long positions have been taken in the Nifty futures. Bank Nifty, because the fact that there were shorts building up, we've seen a decline of around 4.5%, and that signifies that there's short covering in the Nifty bank as well. So it's good news as far as both the index futures are concerned.
But with the way the Nifty index has rallied today, the range would have also broadened.
Yes, and it's broadened upwards. So while the base of 8,000 remains, we have seen the range on move from 8,200 to 8,400. Let's take a look at what's happened in the options market today. The reason why we're looking at the shift in range is because an addition of the 8,400 call. That brings me to the maximum open interest, which is between 8,000 and 8,000 on the lower side. That's the 8,000 call, and the 8,400 call, which has seen an increase today, and that's also the reason why we're looking at the broadening of the range from 200 points to 400 points today. And well, that should also be a little bit of a guidance going into trade over the next few days. So I'm assuming there are varied stocks across sectors which are leading gains as far as the Nifty goes.
That's correct, Agam. And I'm going to start with the losers because we just had 6 losers on the Nifty index, and of course that was led by the IT sector. So that entire IT pack was trading under pressure, led by Tech Mahindra, TCS, HCL Technologies, Infosys, all of these followed. So that was even as we saw some appreciation as far as rupee is concerned, and of course we are building up to the earnings numbers and expectations which would start coming in next week. But on the gaining end, you had Adani Ports and SEZ sitting well over 4.5% gains. Tata Motors, Yes Bank and Tata Steel were also doing well. You had Z Entertainment, which again continued to build on its upward momentum, and that was after Citi's upgrade from sell to neutral on the stock today. But clearly metal stocks were amongst gainers as far as the broader markets are concerned.
Yes, and in the broader markets, once again, we're looking at encouraging market breadth. So we have 3 gainers for 1 loser. Let's take a look at some of those gainers there. As Shraddha has mentioned, we are witnessing some activity and some positive activity in metal stocks. So we have JSW Steel, JSPL, that's Jindal Stainless, as well as Gujarat Minerals also picking up quite a bit in trade. But other than that, Just Dial is clearly the mid-cap stock of the day. It's moved up as much as nearly 15%, followed by JP Associates, which continues to move up as much as 7.86% today. On the losing end, we're looking at further profit taking in SH Kelkar, which has been very, very strong over the past couple of weeks. All Cargo Logistics, GMT Auto and Cholamandalam also follows. But once again today, considering the fact that we have seen a lot of positive momentum, and that's where we've seen a lot of gainers as well, and that is also what we have for today. Thank you for watching Bloomberg Quint, and we will see you tomorrow.